Hey there, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Um, First, an apology. Like, I flat forgot to do the Q&A last night. I was tied up all day and came home and fixed some dinner and sat down and did some reading and just like completely forgot. And about 5 o'clock this morning when I woke up, all of a sudden I went, oh, I forgot the Q&A. Sorry about that. Um, and in case you missed it the other day, I am going to be traveling next week. So we are off next week. I'll be back the following week and we will continue what we're up to. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. Thanks, Kathy. Good to see you. And the only question I had this week was, what do you do when you're traveling? And I mean, that's a super broad question, but I could have couple of things to talk about that. And if we haven't met before, I'm Kelly Howard, and I am with Fit is Freedom, and we are all about helping busy, successful women get on a fitness kick, stay on a fitness kick, get committed to what it is that you really want. So thank you for being here. So first thing I always do if I'm traveling, I'll ask myself, like, what is this travel for? Like, if this is just playtime, I'm going somewhere and I'm gonna just hang out and chill and it's just playtime, I don't get too worked up. Like, I may do some workouts while I'm there. I may give myself, a break on the food and the drink. I mean, I'm just not going to get too concerned. Hey, Kayla, if I'm traveling and it's for vacation, I'm not going to get too worked up over sticking with the schedule and, dealing with that. Now, when I come back, obviously, yeah, I'll get back to it. But while I'm like, sometimes this is just about having fun. Like, life is about having fun, right? So don't make a really big deal out of it if you're just traveling for fun one time. But if it's a couple of other things, like what if you, I told you, this cat loves to be on camera, sorry. What if you're, excuse me, if I ignore her, she will go away. So what if what you really want is like to stay on track while you're traveling? I have a really good example. I am traveling for the next week. I'm going to be going on a trip, so I'm not going to be here. And I want to have good nutrition while I'm gone. And that includes, because I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot of kayaking, so I need to have my calories, but I need to have good stuff. Like, I've gone on these trips before where I just ate at fast food restaurants, which I really can't eat at. There's nothing there that I'll eat, so it gets a little thin. So for me, what I do is a couple of things. One of them is I move the cat. Please move the cat. And so the first thing, I always travel with a lot of water. And BCO, got my BCO jug, but I'll travel with two of these. I am someone who is very opposed to buying a lot of little plastic jugs of water, like the little water bottles. I don't think they're good for the environment. I don't think they're good for us, actually. So I have no problem filling this thing up, getting it filled up in restaurants, whatever it is, and I just take it with me. I take two of them. And then the other thing I always take with me is, and some people might negotiate this with me, but I think that bars they're a food group in my world. Like, I do not travel without bars. And like, my preference are these Think Thins, because they've got a lot of protein. Like, they've got 20 grams of protein in them. And they're alcohol sugars. There's no sugar in them or anything like that. So I find them to be a really good food substitute. I take a lot of them because, you're on the road, you get hungry. I don't know about y'all, but when I travel, when I'm on a road trip, that is when you might see Kelly buy Fritos, which I don't normally buy. Like, it's just not my thing. But when I was growing up, we ate a lot of junk food while we were traveling. So I kind of like immediately go straight to the junk food. So instead, I make sure I'm traveling with, bars. I travel with, I buy these little snack bags. I fill them up with nuts and berries. I fill them up with some other stuff I'll talk about in a second, but I make sure that I've got just snacks on hand so that I'm not going to be doing, the stopping and eating the Cheetos or whatever it is. So pre-pack. Another thing I do, and this is easier to do for me if I'm driving than if I'm flying, because if I'm flying, I have your space is a little limited, but if I'm driving, I have my bag here. It's an extraordinarily large bag because I like food, but this thing, it's a refrigerated bag. So it's got refrigerated on the top. It has refrigerated sections inside. It also has a whole bunch of containers that fit right in there. So I will actually pre-make food. Like I'll pre-make it, I freeze it, throw it in there. Don't freeze all of it because you won't have anything to eat. I've done that. So, pre-make it, don't freeze all of it, most of it though. Throw it in there and it keeps for a few days. Like I can keep 3 days, 4 days of food in there, depending upon what I've made and where I'm going. If I was in Houston, it probably wouldn't keep for very long because it's too hot, but certain places it'll keep for several days. And so I've got pre-made meals. I'm not going to eat every meal out of that. No way, no how. I mean, I'm traveling, I'm having fun. But at the same time, I want to have, especially in the mornings, I want my food that I need for the day, that I need for my power to be there, that I know that's going to make me feel good. So I always travel with a bag of this. And actually somewhere I'll find the photo, I'll have to post it. We also use it as a beer cooler when we need to. So, you can't live life too thin, right? Another thing that I travel with is same plastic bag, but I fill this up with my protein powder. So I will take, protein powder for every day, and it's protein supplements, stuff like that. And I take one of these guys. Sorry, this one is pre-used, so I just finished it. But it's got a little shaker inside. It's easy to clean. That knocks out another meal for me. So between bars and my protein shakes and my green bag, that takes care of all my meals except for my dinner. And dinner, I just eat out. Like, I'm not going to be a martyr. And I'm not going to be crazy about what I'm doing when I'm traveling, because usually when you're traveling, you want to have, a little fun, do something different. So that is something I do. Any questions about that? I know it's super quick, but the 3 things that I would say is, 1, like, ask yourself, what is this trip about? I mean, if this trip is about just going and having fun and chilling out, and don't worry about it. Like, go for a week, and so what if you eat stuff that you wouldn't normally do, or you don't exercise for a week? Not going to kill you. It will kill you if you don't do it for a long time, but for a week on vacation, it's not going to make that big a difference. I guess I shouldn't say that, should I? But it's the truth. Go have fun. But if it's something that you're doing consistently, or you want to make sure that you're staying with your training that you're dealing with, then take some of your food. I mean, you don't have to grab a bag like that. I mean, you don't have to grab like some sort of fancy, ISOFIT bag. But get something that is a refrigerated bag that keeps your food well. Freeze it. Definitely you want to have like a couple of things that you don't freeze. Like, I totally went hungry one night in Big Bend because I'd frozen everything, and then I figured by the time I got there it would be defrosted, and it wasn't even began to be defrosted. So, but just put your stuff in there. If you happen to live in Houston and you need to borrow my bag, you are welcome to my bag when I'm here. It's easy to use. And then just take your water, okay? Remember to take big jugs of water. I guess it's a quart. And don't do those little plastic bottles that you can buy everywhere. If you can avoid it, like, just don't. Refill those. It's better for you because you're using, solid, hard plastic, and it's better for the environment. And then you've always got water on you, so you are less inclined to drink the junk. Like, I mean, I have been known. I've been known to grab Fritos and a Coke. usually won't finish either of them, but so make sure that you've got stuff that'll take you through the day. Any questions, because like I said, I'm going to make this one super quick. It's the only question I had this week. I am gone next week. I will be posting photos, and otherwise, sorry, I forgot last night. I just like total brain fart. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you guys back here on July 22nd, Monday evening, unless I catch cell coverage along the way wherever I am, and I might just drop in and say hi. So otherwise, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will talk to you again soon. See you. Bye-bye now.